that's going to help you do anything, whatever your goal is. It doesn't matter if you're trying to, build a spaceship or write in your journal every day. So you probably clicked on this video because you kind of want to know how to stay motivated, right? Well, I want to tell you that motivation, in my experience, and I've done this for a long time, is pretty irrelevant when it comes to long-term results and actually getting things done. And there's a pretty good reason for that, and that is that if you focus on motivation, what happens is when you're not in the mood to do something, when you're like sick or tired or depressed or whatever, which these things happen, without a system in place, without a structure in place, and without building automation into your life, the motivation is not enough. It's not going to actually make you do the thing that you want to do. And you've probably experienced this for yourself. This is probably something that's not a new idea to you. You probably had the experience where you wake up, you're feeling sick or tired, not in the mood to do something, and then in your brain you have this little battle with yourself where you're telling yourself like, no, I need to do this because I told myself I would do this goal, go to the gym 4 times a week or write in my journal every day. And when you're not motivated, you can't just generate motivation, because that's defeating the point of motivation. When you're in a motivated state, anything is easy, right? But what you really need is that drive and reason for doing something that motivation will not be able to give you. And I've experienced this many times in my life where I've been, I've set a goal to do something, and then what happens is when I'm not in the mood to do it, when I don't really want to do it, in the short term, doesn't get done, right? Unless I've actually set up automation and systems. So what I mean by that is that if you can think of ways of building whatever your goal is, building it into your habits as much as possible, and then also doing it, as early in the day as you can, ideally first thing, because what happens is your willpower, and I forget the specific scientific term for this, but there is actually a way of measuring your willpower, something to do with your hormones or like neurotransmitters in your brain. It's a finite resource. Like it will run out over the course of a day, and then it gets regenerated during the night when you sleep, assuming you even sleep properly. And then when you wake up in the morning and you have like this new amount of willpower, think of it like fuel. You literally run out of fuel, and every decision you make, everything you have to do or think about, even small things like what should you wear for the day, what should you make for breakfast, answering your friend's message on Instagram, these things all deplete your willpower like fuel, right? So then when you get to the end of the day, you have basically nothing left, and all you can really do mentally is usually sit down, watch TV, relax, unwind, right? And this is the reason why I never advise people to work on their business or any goal after the workday, after 5 p.m, because you just don't have the willpower. The willpower has been depleted by then. So whatever goal you're trying to do, if you actually want to do it, and you've got to think about that as well. Most people, when they set a goal, they don't truly want to do the goal. They just think they should do it, right? So it's a very different thing. If you truly want to achieve the goal, you need to make sure you schedule it in first thing in the morning. Do it first thing. Find a way to build it into your routine or into your habit system, so that when your willpower is, depleted, you don't have to worry about doing your goal, about staying motivated, because you've already done that. You've already used your willpower when you had the most of it, which is usually the first 1 or 2 hours of the day. And so then by the time you get unmotivated, you've already done your goal. You've already done it. Now, there's a few other things. I want to share a really powerful tip actually in a minute. But before I do that, you need to be journaling, right? If you're not journaling and writing these things down, writing down day by day, like what things affected your mood, what stopped you or helped you reach your goal for any particular day. And it can literally be anything. Like, let's say if your goal is to write 10 pages of a novel every day. In your journal, you would then write, okay, so today, did I write 10 pages? Yes or no? If not, why not? Like, what things actually stopped me doing it? Maybe you got distracted, maybe too many friends were calling you. So in that case, you would, think about that consciously in your journal. You think, okay, so the thing that's stopping me is all these people calling me and distracting me. So a very easy solution to that is to go into your phone settings and set up a block of dead time, right? Where your phone automatically rejects incoming calls for a certain period of the day. And again, this helps if you do this first thing in the morning, because usually people won't be calling you, between 7 and 9 in the morning, unless you're very in demand and people are trying to call you before they do anything else, right? So usually that's why I say the first 2 hours of the day is a good time to do these things. The second thing, so journal every day, make sure you write your thoughts down, write down what stopped you or what helped you. And then, over time, you can actually look at that and use that to reach your goals a lot easier, like far easier than you would without doing this. And then the last thing, and I would argue the most important thing, is that if you're trying to stay motivated, firstly, automation, habits, doing things when your willpower is at its strongest, These things are very important. The next thing you can do, the next best thing you can do, is to actually raise your willpower and motivation and energy in general, right? You've heard the saying that something like a rising tide lifts all ships, right? And that's kind of true here. If you raise your energy levels and you sleep better and, treat your body right, that's going to help you do anything, whatever your goal is. It doesn't matter if you're trying to, build a spaceship or write in your journal every day. By increasing your energy, motivation, and overall frequency or vibration, all of that's going to be easier, as well as a few other things as well. So really, I want to just share with you it's kind of like a free video masterclass I actually made for you guys. It's over on my other site, Astral HQ, and you can find it in the description of this video. And it's like a free masterclass video. There's no catch here. It just literally goes through a pretty detailed training that I created, showing you how to upgrade your body and mind, raise your vibrations, raise your energy, increase your willpower and motivation. And it's actually a whole lot more than that as well. So I'd highly encourage you to go and check that out. Maybe click the link and open it in a new tab or bookmark it for later. And beyond that, I do have several other videos on this channel on Transcend Your Limits where I'll show you like how to increase your energy, how to sleep better, how to track these things and actually improve them over time. Because most personal development, I feel like it kind of misses the mark. It teaches you about the concepts and like how you're supposed to do things, but it doesn't really explain why you should do them that way and how it works and how to actually do it in an actionable way, like in a step-by-step, what do you actually do from the moment you wake up until the moment you sleep? How do you actually do it? So hopefully I explain those in my other videos pretty well, and I'll see you next time.